been a while. It's time for some LonnaVision. Oh, LonnaVision.
LonnaVision.
I was given that by one of our YouTuber comments. So I am now known as LonnaVision. Anyway, all right, here we go. I don't know if anybody out there has paid attention to it or not, but if you watch the news, you know, they're showing all these plastic bottles and they're washing up shore on other countries, you know, and they're saying, oh, we need to do away with plastic bottles, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, I went to Walmart, and the reason why Eric and I get jugs of water is because where we live, I noticed that the water that was coming out of the pipes, you know, your faucet, started having had too much lime in it. Because if anybody knows, you get too much lime in your water, if you just pour a glass of water and you let it sit, it's going to start smelling like rotten eggs. And I don't know if any of y'all knew that, but that's how you can tell your water is not good. Besides color. Now the color's fine, it's just the smell of it. I mean, it's fine, the smell is fine, but there for a while, for some reason, we had too much lime in our water, and it's corrected itself now, so I don't know what the deal was with that. But anyway, so we started buying bottled water. And, you know, I'm just kind of hooked on bottled water now. Because here in the South, the pipes have been around for eons, and I'm sure it's the same way everywhere else. So, you know, they're not updating the pipes, and so you're getting rust, you're getting all kinds of stuff in your tap water, what comes out of your faucet. Anyway, so we use bottled water. Well, I noticed lately that when I go get water, and I don't get it at the same place all the time usually, lately I have been, but I went to Walmart and I thought, okay, I need to get some water. Well, I noticed that Walmart's water aisle, bottled water section is shorter. It used to take up about half an aisle, and it's shrank. And they don't have very many companies water, you know, different brands. And so I started looking everywhere else, and I'm like, they're cutting back on bottled water. And I don't know if they're trying to force people to drink the water that's coming out of your tap. When if you're in Flint, Michigan, I don't suggest you doing that. I wonder if they ever clean that up for them. You know, you don't hear any more about that. Their water was like dark. It was nasty. I hope they cleaned it up for them. You know, if anybody knows, make a comment if Flint, Michigan actually got clean water. Anyway, so I noticed, you know, there's less and less bottled water. Now, if you go to a machine, you can get, you know, a bottle of Dasani or whatever the case may be, Aquafina, out of the machine. But if you want to buy in bulk, like a gallon or, you know, 24 of the little small bottles. Anyway, there's not that many, the aisle for water has shrank. And so I started thinking, and I thought, well, if they're trying to do away with bottled water, what's going to happen when there's an emergency and they always ask for people to donate bottles of water for wherever the crisis is, because 9 times out of 10 they can't drink the water after, say, like a hurricane. Think of New Orleans, flooded that time, and people were saying donate bottles of water, food, but mainly water, because all the water was contaminated and they needed water to drink. And so I started thinking, now how are they going to get water to, like, tornado victims? You know, a town's wiped out, you know, and it's covered with debris. It's going to take a while, and you know, people are going to need water. You know, hurricanes, definitely hurricanes. It's flooding. How you going to get water to them? If you do away with the plastic, you know, bottled waters. And somebody suggested putting water in aluminum cans. Now, I don't know how that's going to taste. I've never had water in an aluminum can. But, you know, that's one way of doing it. But you don't see those.
That sounds way too costly.
Yeah.
The plastic, they can put a whole gallon of water in a plastic jug. They even do 5-gallon bottles of water.
Yeah.
I've never seen, I think the biggest aluminum can is those Arizona tea things, and they're maybe 32 ounces. I think that's the biggest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So you're going to need a lot of cans.
Yeah.
And aluminum is a lot more expensive than plastic. You could recycle aluminum cans. Used to be, you get a lot more for them than you get for plastic, which tells you aluminum's more expensive. So that's just way too costly to put water in aluminum cans. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And the thing is, how you going to get water now when there is a crisis, a hurricane, earthquake? You know, heck, what's going to happen to California? There's an earthquake and they can't get no water. Oh, but California's probably the one that's trying to get all the bottled waters, plastic bottled waters banned. Well, they're going to have an earthquake. Oh, we need water. Well, good luck. Suck it up, Buttercup. You did away with the plastic bottles, and now we can't get water to you. So, you know, like I said, that doesn't make any sense. So, okay, dude, let me get out of your way. We're driving. Hey, that's a kind of cute camper he's got on there. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, so, you know, make a comment below. I mean, has anybody noticed that your grocery store, if you buy bottled water, have you noticed that the aisle has gotten, the section for the bottled water is dwindled down? And, you know, have you heard anything? You know, like, what are they going to do? You know, all the pipes are, put a comment below. Comment below. You know, let us know, you know, how's this going to work? Yeah. Get those fingers walking. All right. That's just my thought for today.
Well, I got something to add to that.
Oh, look out now.
Talking about these plastic bottles, here's a waste of taxpayer dollars. They had a group of people, this is taxpayer dollars that did this. They got a group of people from Hawaii, and apparently they flew to California, but they transported their bus, I guess by boat, because they flew to California and then they rode around in a bus with a Hawaii license plate on it. So they got their own bus from Hawaii, flew this, or probably shipped the bus to California, and they got in this bus and they went from town to town. And I know they were the reason I know this is because I have family up in Eureka, California, and they were in Eureka, California on the news there, and they were speaking to a group of people, telling them the dangers of plastic and how it pollutes our environment. And so we need to stop using plastic bottles, plastic straws, stop using plastic because it pollutes our environment. Now wait a minute. Doesn't a bus pollute our environment? All the fumes that come off of this bus, the carbon monoxide and all this stuff that comes out of a bus. And then they had to ship it there. So then they used a boat to get it there. Then they flew. So there's all this pollution from the airplane, from the shipping, from the bus. And they're using taxpayer dollars to tell you to stop polluting the environment when they're polluting the environment themselves with this bus and the ship and the plane, and then going all around in this bus all over California telling you not to pollute the environment because of using plastic bottles and straws? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, wait a minute. I don't know if anybody's noticed this. I've never been to California, Hawaii. But the thing I don't think people realize is, we were watching a TV show, and they filmed it in Hawaii. It was just an episode. And they were on one side of the island. One side of the island, the water is dark. It's just nasty looking. Now, the other side of the island is beautiful, clear blue water. So, there wasn't any plastic in the water because plastic floats. It was just dirty. So how can Hawaii tell people to be clean when one half of their island has dirty water?
That's your taxpayer dollars at work. Government makes no sense.
Anyway.
Thanks for watching. LonnaVision.